Good morning, children. In the last video, we have learned about the religion Buddhism and about Lord Buddha who founded this religion. Today, we will study about Upanishads, Jainism, Sangha, and monasteries or viharas. Dear students, around the time when Buddha was teaching, there were people who had lots of questions about life. For example, what will happen after death? What is Atma? What is universe? What is Brahma? Etc. So, many of these ideas were recorded in books called Upanishads. Upanishads were part of Vedas and it means approaching and sitting near. Upanishads contain conversations or dialogues between teachers and students, and once the story gets over, you get some knowledge. Dear children, most of the Upanishadic thinkers were men, actually Brahmins and Rajas. But there are exceptions everywhere. Apart from men, there was a woman thinker named Gargi. She was very famous for her learning and she even participated in debates held in royal courts. Another example is of Satyakam Jabala, who was a poor man and he was the son of a slaved woman, Jabali. He wanted to learn about reality of life and he was accepted as a student by a Brahmin teacher named Gautam and he became a very famous thinker of his time. Many of the Upanishadic thinkers' ideas were later on developed by a famous thinker named Shankaracharya. Students, a thinker is not someone who just sits and thinks. A thinker is someone who gains knowledge about life, about reality, about universe, etc. And then they either narrate it to people orally or they produce these ideas in books. So, what were those questions which the thinkers of Upanishads wanted to answer? So, the Upanishadic thinkers wanted to know whether there is life after death, where do we go after we die, and is there something permanent in universe? What will happen after the universe will come to an end? Is there something which will remain in this world? And they wanted to know why sacrifices should be performed, and all these ideas were recorded in Upanishads. Now let's talk about the religion Jainism. Jainism was founded by the first Tirthankara, Rishabhadeva. The Jains believed that Mahavir was the last of 24 Tirthankaras or religious teachers. Just like Buddha belonged to Sakya Gana, Vardhaman Mahavir belonged to Vajji Sangh. Gana or Sangh means the same. Mahavira was born at Kundagram in Bihar in 540 BC. So, within Vajji Sangh there were many kingdoms and one of that was the kingdom of Lichavis. So he was the prince of that kingdom. At the age of 30, he left his home and went to live in a forest. For 12 years, he led a lonely life, and after which he attained enlightenment. Enlightenment means Mahavira gained supreme knowledge. As per the teachings of Mahavir, men and women who wanted to know the truth about universe, God, or life, had to leave their homes. Then every follower had to follow the rules of ahimsa or non-violence. That means they could not kill or hurt any human being or any animal because life is dear to everyone. Plus, the followers had to live a simple life. That means they had to beg for food. So, followers could not earn. Then they had to be honest and they could not steal. Plus, the followers had to observe celibacy. Celibacy means brahmacharya, that means they could not marry anyone, and men had to give up everything, including their clothes. This could be achieved through the three ratnas or three jewels of life. These jewels are right faith, right knowledge, and right action. There are two sects in Jainism, Digambar and Svetambar. The Digambars wear no clothes and follow the original teachings of Mahavira, whereas the Svetambars wear white clothes and do not believe in heart penance. Penance means punishment. Followers of Mahavira were known as Jains because they followed Jainism as their religion. You know, children, rules of Jainism were very strict. As a result, many found it difficult to join. For example, farmers. They had to kill insects to cultivate their crops, so they could not follow Jainism as it teaches non violence. Mahavira taught in Prakrit language, that was the language of common people. Prakrit spoken in different parts of India was known by different names. For example, Prakrit in Magad was known as Magadhi. Jainism spread to different parts of North India and to Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, and Karnataka. The teachings of Mahavira were written down about 1500 years ago and can be found at Vallabhi in Gujarat. Dear children, both Mahavira and Buddha felt that the people who want to know truth have to leave their homes, and after leaving their homes, they have to live in an association or a Sangha. But what were the rules of the Sangha? So, the rules for Buddhist Sangha were written down in a book called Vinaya Pitaka. And who could join it? So, who were the people who could join Sangha? All men could join Sangha. Children had to take permission from their parents, women of their husbands, slave had to take permission from their masters, and debtors from their creditors. Men and women who joined Sangha led very simple lives. They meditated for most of the time and went to cities and villages to beg for food, and that too during fixed hours. Men were known as bhikkhus and women bhikkhunis, which meant beggars. Both Jains and Buddhist monks went from place to place throughout the year to teach people. Except during the rainy season, they never stayed at one place. Gradually, their supporters started building temporary shelters for them in gardens, or at times they lived in caves in hilly areas. As time went on, monasteries were built for the monks and nuns. These were permanent shelters and they came to be known as viharas. The earlier viharas were made up of wood and then of brick. Some viharas were even dug out in caves in hilly areas, and local people even gifted the monks and nuns with fruits, clothing, medicines, etc. And in return, the monks and nuns taught the people. So, children, our chapter is over now, and I hope you have understood the chapter. Please read the chapter to understand it in a better way.